There has been a murder. Nobody has entered the train or left the train. Therefore, everyone here is a suspect. I just know it was you, Janice. Glenda, I swear to God. You got that look about you like you was gonna murder.
Well, who was murdered? Because it looks like we're all still here.
No. This is not a murder of the body. More of a murder of, personal property. Somebody here has murdered my last ding-dong. My chocolate cream-filled ding-dong. And one of you has killed it. Rest assured, I will figure out which one of you has murdered my cream-filled ding-dong. Nobody leaves the train until I find the murderer. It was Janice.
Yeah, Keith's been real quiet ever since you started accusing people of murder.
Huh?
I don't know that Keith actually knows where we are. Keith couldn't have done it. He's too dumb. Yeah, what's on your nose? It kind of looks ding-dong-ish.
Yeah, you got something. Do you really think that I would unwillingly kill my own ding-dong? That is my nighttime makeup. Okay, just come out and say it. Who touched his ding-dong? I still think it was Janice. Everyone is a suspect. This one comes in around 300 smackaroonies, which is not a very light price to pay. However, I got this for $250 at the Orlando Brick Co. And even then, I used boy math and traded in sets that I had that I didn't want anymore. So when you think about it, this was free. Now, the main reason I bought this is because for my winter village, I wanted a Polar Express looking train. And none of the city passenger trains that have come out really sparked my fancy. I think they look a little bit too kiddish. I also really love the size of these passenger cars compared to what Lego's put out in the past. All right, with this review, let's go ahead and start with this back train here, this back passenger coach. All right, this right here, this is a thing of beauty. Now, not only do the colors look great, but proportionally, it looks fantastic, and it looks like something you'd see out of a movie, whether that be the Polar Express or Murder on the Orient Express. There's more windows on one side than the other, and that's because when you pop it off and you can look inside, you can see that there's a bar here. And there was no way to set up this bar with this, I think it's supposed to be like a frosted glass Art Deco piece. There's no way to have that without covering a window, so I think they made the right decision by not putting in a window here and covering it up. Rather, they just kind of continue with the blue bricks. So happy they did that. Now, when you look deeper inside, there is a bar and it looks really, really nice. There's lots of little drinks there. It looks like there's whiskey, champagne. There's some sort of tea mug with a lime next to it. I don't know who puts lime in their tea, but that's not my business. There's, of course, a little bar stool off to the side, but there's just enough space for a figure to stand on the other side of the bar and order a drink, which is cool. Now, for the two tables that are here, they are identical builds. Really simple snot techniques used for that. Overall, I think it looks quite nice, and it fits in really well to where a figure can stand in front, take their order perhaps, and lots of figures can interact with the space there. So props to Lego, they did a great job there. Now the back of the car over here does have a red light. That's the only reason I know that this is the back car that goes on the back side of the train. There's a little red light here that acts as a lantern. There's sort of a hint that a door is here. However, you cannot swing open this back door. It's just bricked up. But that's okay because there are doors on either side back here. And there's really not a whole lot going on the inside of that, but you really don't need anything going on right there because that's just where the characters are going to walk in and out of that specific coach. And the same goes on the other side. Nice empty space, all the doors open. Once again, another beautiful design. The difference here is that both sides are fully windowed all the way as opposed to the one over here, which just has the one window missing. Now, if you take a look on the inside of this one, there's quite a lot going on. So on one side, we have what I like to call the poor people's cabin. And the poor people's cabin has got two bunk beds, or I suppose one bunk bed with two bunks. It's got a really strange looking enclosed sink with a mirror on the inside. It looks like there's a hand towel. Now, the thing here is There's no toilet for the poor people to use, so I'm not really sure where the poor people are taking their dumps, but it's sure as heck not in this part of the train. If you look next door to that, we've got the master suite, the super deluxe, ultra mega grand hotel experience. We've got a queen size bed. There's a stickered mirrored element above that. I did not put on the stickers. I bought this set used, so all the stickers were already applied. So I didn't put on any of these stickers. And to be honest, that kind of improved the experience. So Lego, take note. Nobody wants stickers. Keep making printed elements. But the bed looks really nice. The build itself is very simple. It's nothing that is brand new. I like the glass light hints on either side of the bed, kind of like an elevated nightstand sort of situation. There is a little typewriter and a desk here. I'm going to assume that either it's for the character that's the writer that comes with the set, or maybe just somebody else that, you know, Hercule Poirot, who's making a type up of what's happening on the train. There's a couch on the other side of that, which is nothing too special. I think it's kind of funny that you have a desk and a couch and no desk chair. So is this one of those standing desk situations, or is somebody just going to sit behind you and watch like a really creepy person while you type up? Then if you look further down, there is a bathroom suite for this rich person area. Beautiful tiled floor. The colors are very muted, very nice, very demure, very mindful. There is a really cool build for a sink that I've not seen done before in this manner. There's a hand towel next to it, which is cool. And then if you look in front of that, there's a hint of a toilet. Next to the toilet, there's toilet paper, because what else are you gonna wipe your bum with on the Orient Express? Chugga, 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 boo, boo. All right, so that's it for this car here. Overall, both passenger cars, exquisite, just exquisite. I think that, honestly, these two are the highlight of the set. I would pay, if they're selling these individually, which they never would, but if they did, each car to me is worth $100, which may sound crazy, but maybe even a little bit more than that. I mean, they're so detailed and they look great. They're decent sized. I have no idea what they're selling for on eBay, and I'd be afraid to look because eBay is a dangerous place. But these are the best part of the set, hands down. They are gorgeous, they're a great size, and honestly, altogether, I think that they contribute the most to the full package deal. This is awesome. Let's start with the coal car, because the coal car honestly was, I want to say 2 or 3 bags, something very small compared to the rest of the set. There is a ton of space on the inside if you want to add a motor function. Now, Lego does not include in the instructions directions on how to put a motor in here, which is fine because they put out a whole bunch of information saying that they essentially couldn't motorize this. And Lego fans, being who they are, took that as a personal insult and challenge. They motorized it, but they found that the train itself was really heavy for just one motor. There's no stickers on this at all. The bottom center wheelbase does slide back and forth. That's so that you can put this on regular city tracks. Overall, this thing is nothing too special. I'm glad that they kept the inside hollow so that people that want to change it up and make it a mock of some sort, they don't have to destroy too many pieces or take out too much fluff. So let's slide this to the side and let's talk about this beauty. Now, as a whole, this looks awesome. I think it looks really pretty. I think that it is well done. The build was nothing too crazy. The technique that goes into the wheels wasn't all that tricky, but you really have to pay attention to the instructions and make sure that it's lined up correctly. The one thing I have noticed is that when you are sliding it on the track, sometimes the silver bars will stick, or they kind of, like you can kind of see it there, or they won't rotate all the way around, but that's not just the silver bar, that's the wheels themselves. But what I have noticed is that if you put just a little bit more pressure down, it does go. So it's all about the amount of pressure between the wheels and the track itself. So I'm not really gonna be sliding this around too much because what they give you track-wise is just enough to fit the whole train without moving it back and forth. There's lots of fun details here on the train, especially on the inside area. I'm sure that this has a technical name, but I don't know the technical names for things on trains. I just like trains. Something I want to note about these two stacks right here, I don't know their official purpose. I thought One of them might be for a bell, but we do have the little whistles over here. These are minion faces that have been recolored, which I think is so fun. The minion faces here have been recolored to solid navy blue, and honestly, they work great. Why not recolor a minion head and put that on top of a train? Because, I mean, if you had not told me that this was a minion head before, I wouldn't have thought, oh my gosh, that looks out of place. No, it looks great. The rest of the train looks really nice. I'm not really sure why they went with the decision to put anti-studs here in the front. It doesn't really bother me, but when you have the rest of the locomotive that's all smoothed out, except that part, it maybe looks a little bit out of place. All right, let's talk about the size of the train. Because when you take just the locomotive and the coal car, I really am not seeing a problem. I think that they look like they're decent sized. If they sold just this, I think that they could probably sell it for, I don't know, $100, $120. Does that sound remotely fair in terms of Lego these days? The locomotive itself looks really fantastic. It's detailed. I like that all of this is smoothed off. I like that there's some studs over here, but not here. It kind of gives it a rugged look, but also sophisticated. There's really not a whole lot I would change about this. That is until you introduce Big Bertha. I'm only going to put one up here for the sake of what I am trying to say. If we are looking at this set like this, we've got the locomotive, the coal car, and a passenger car. Even now, this doesn't look like a bad size. I think it looks plenty fine, plenty big. Slide it forward and add Big Bertha's sister, Big Jertha. When we add Big Bertha and Big Jertha together, this starts to look even smaller. So I think proportionally, the front of the train is fine until you add this, and then maybe it's just a little bit small. But in all honesty, I think overall this looks really, really great. For my purposes, this is perfect. There's not a whole lot I would change about this. When it comes to the figures, there are 8 of them. And I happen to think that all 8 of them are really, really good. I think they have nice printing. One of my favorites being this camera person. I really like the build for that camera too. It's very sophisticated. My personal favorite figure is this figure. She's fancy. I'm not sure if she's supposed to be old or not, but I really love the gold printing and the accents all over that figure's torso. And it's got bottom printing as well. It's a dress, and it's got back printing all around the sides. No arm printing because she is scandalously showing her arms. Can you believe that? 1920s train, and she's showing her arms. Next is the coal shoveler guy. I don't know if he has a specific job title, but he's the one that shovels coal from this car here into the locomotive. Very nice looking, nothing too special. He does have a face that says he's capable of murder, and he's already got a shovel in his hand, so who knows, he could be the one. Next we have the butler, and she has got a car door, which I believe is supposed to be a hot towel or perhaps toilet paper. I like that she's carrying the champagne glass. Very butlery. However, I also think she's capable of murder. Is there poison in the martini? We just don't know. Next, we have the Esteban figure from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. He's carrying both suitcases like a champ. Next on our character roster is this old fella. Now, this old fella shares the same face as Santa Claus, which is fun. I really like that torso. Very classé, very sophisticated. He seems like the kind of guy that would pay for everybody's ticket just so he could murder them one by one. But I think for the most part, he's probably not the prime suspect here. In the Agatha Christie series, the very famous Hercule Poirot has a mustache, and so perhaps this is Hercule Poirot or however you say it in French. I'm so sorry, the only French I have is French fries. Perhaps he's in disguise, hoping to solve a murder without anyone knowing he's even on the train. Overall, the printing is quite nice on him. I like that he's got the pocket watch in his pocket. Reminds me of the Polar Express. Next up, we have this writer woman. She's got a lovely hat and hair combo. I like the color of her torso mixed with the pants. It's quite nice. And she also comes with a pen, so she could write down notes. Perhaps it is her desk in one of the passenger cars where she can write down either a novel or something fun like that. Overall, figure-wise, I think we got total bangers. They're great looking. I think that it's a really nice cast of characters. The figures are great. The train itself, I think, is beautiful. And overall, I think this is a really good buy. Yes, it's a bit pricey at $300. The set comes with 2,540 pieces, which, to be honest, as I built it, it felt like more. To me, this doesn't look like 2,500 pieces. It looks more like 3,000. And I don't know how much of that is contributed by the overall size of the track it comes with, but the track base that it comes with doesn't waste pieces. Let me just hold this up for a sec. This is longer than our coffee table, and there's really not wasted pieces on this. It's all big, and I think that it's a great addition. Even though it fits on city tracks, I'm glad it didn't come with city tracks because the target demographic for this set says on the box 18 plus. So clearly they wanted this to be a more premium style set. And I think that the base that they added with it does just that. So no complaints about that. I don't think the pieces are wasted on the base at all. There's a lot of printed elements in this set. There's a lot of beautiful figures. Overall, 2 thumbs up from BravoBricks. I love this set so much. I'm really happy that the Orlando Brick Co. had it because had it just been the full $300 at the Lego store, I don't think I would have gotten it because there's other sets that I would want, and you know, the Orient Express wouldn't necessarily be at the top of my list. However, after having built it, it should be at the top of everybody's list. This is not a set that is frequently in stock inside a Lego store, at least the ones by me. So I go to the Disney Springs Lego store, that's my home store, and they rarely have this set in the box, on display, or just there at all. I think maybe this is a set that's gonna fly under a lot of radars. Do I recommend buying this set? 100%, I do. I think that this is a really fun build. It's gorgeous looking. I think the blue and the gold all across the board looks nice. I still would have preferred maybe this be a different color compared to what the passenger cars are, but that's a nitpick. The rest of it, I think, is just killer. This is a great looking set, and I'm really excited to put this in the Winter Village. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with my fun little skit at the beginning of this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.